Good evening, friends, and welcome to Rolling to May Inspire. My name is Kelly. Here's our pal, Wilby. If you're seeing that red live button up there, that means you're catching us live, and I hope you are. Because we're going to make just a little cute little craft tonight. Nothing serious. But we're getting ready to go on vacation, so I thought I would pop on and do a little live before we go, because I won't be able to go live. Well, I mean, I might go live while I'm on vacation, but I won't be able to be doing any crafting until next week. Hello, Miss Leona. How are you, friend? Come on in and join us. Say hello to Wilby. You know, I feel like today's Friday. Hello, Miss Kathy. Thank you, Miss Kathy. Wilby says hello. Hello, Miss Carolyn. How are you, friend? So... you know, we're getting ready to go on vacation. Hello, Miss Mary. Thank you so much. Hello, Miss Danita and Miss Shauna. What am I rolling? I feel like I'm rolling on something. So I have carpet behind me, and it just kind of, it's weird tonight. Hello, Miss Vonda. Did you have a good birthday? I did have a good birthday. We just got back we went out to dinner. My husband and I went out to dinner. My hair looks like a mess. It's very windy here. It's very windy. Hello, Miss Joe. How are you, friends? Excuse me while I blow my nose. It's very windy, and it's been raining here today, and it's just not, I mean, I don't think we had a tornado watch, but there were some in the area. So, you guys know I'm going on vacation. We're leaving in the wee hours. Like, we are leaving here at our house at 3 a.m. Probably should be in bed by now, but I'm still doing laundry. And I told my husband I'm going to go down and go live because I got to make some things for Mother. Mother is coming here to stay with the dogs, right? So, to make it a little bit easier on Mother, I'm going to make three, not a couple. A trio? What's a couple? It's not a couple, it's a trio. I don't know. How do you say that? A few? We need to make some signs for the dogs' crates so that Mother can know. Yeah, Mother is dog sitting. So Mother can know who goes in what crate. Even though if you say get in your bed, they're probably going to go there. But just to keep it straight, that's what we're going to do. So I have these wood slats, the 6-pack of wood slats. I think these came from Walmart. And I have 3 of them. I just happen to have 3 of them left. So we're going to take the same paper that I made, you know, the sign that we made the dog, you know, has the picture of the wiener dog. I just happen to have some of this left. So we're going to cover these. And then I'm going to put their names on all of these so that Mother can keep it straight. I don't want to be putting any stress on her. So, it's going to be bad enough she's got these 3 yahoos, well, plus Gabby. But Gabby doesn't go in a crate, so she won't have to worry about that. I didn't even tell her I was going to go live. I said, let me work on something. So, let's just go ahead and just measure these out. We'll get this measured out here. Hello, Miss Kim from Ohio. Well, then we got Miss Doris from Ohio. All the friends from Ohio. How's everybody today been? Everybody having a good Wednesday? I almost can't see with that on there, so I'm going to lay that like that for you, because I cannot see. Okay, so let's get a pencil. Hello, Aunt Anita. Let me get or maybe a pen or just some sort of writing utensil here. Okay, so I'm just going to trace this out here. I think the dogs know something's up because, you know, they're sticking awful close. They're like, something's up. Something's not right. Hello, Miss Denise. How are you, friend? Something's going down. Well, I have 2 suitcases out and we're packing, so I mean, maybe that's their clue. I don't know. Do dogs really have that intuition? I'm sure they do. I'm sure they do. So we went out to dinner. Let's see. That's really all. I mean, besides I've been getting the house all cleaned up. For some reason, you don't come up in my notifications, only in Telegram again. Oh, make sure you got that. Make sure you got those notifications on. I don't know. Facebook is wonky. Facebook is wonky. Check your notifications. Make sure you're still following. It'll unfollow. It'll unfollow for some reason. I don't know. Updates or something maybe. I don't know. I just don't know. So, They can feel something is, yeah, right? Hello, Miss Linda. I know, they know. Mother was here this morning. She brought me, well, she was coming to get instructions, but she brought me my birthday present, which she got me this really cool. I'm waiting to see, it's got to be dark, right? So I'll be able to see for the first time. It's like a glass hot air balloon, but it's a solar light. So I'm excited to see it because we put it out earlier, so it could get, get all solar powered up so we could see it. But I guess it flickers like a hot air balloon, so I'm excited. And then she got me one with, hummingbirds on it because my grandma Rowene loved hummingbirds. She goes, I thought that would remind you of grandma. And I said, oh, I've got grandma's. I ended up with my aunts and my mom got my grandma a bird bath, a sunflower bird bath. And they know I love sunflowers. And apparently none of them wanted the bird bath. So I ended up with it when my grandma passed away. So I keep that out there too. So I'm like, oh, just one more thing. You just got one of those hot air balloons today. It's so cool. Oh, it's so awesome. I'm excited to see it. It's got to get dark. It's going to be what, an hour or two before I can actually see if it's, got all charged up. So if you're just joining us, we're making some signs for the dogs kennels, okay? So we're going to keep them the same as what I have been with these. And I think I'm going to stain the one side and the edges. Let me get some antique wax here. But this is the same paper I used when I made the little wiener dog sign that says, well, it said what? The Stinky Girls, and then we added an Edgar Allan. So that's up there. It's sitting like on top of their crates. So this will just match it. Yeah, Mother said, it's funny because she said she wanted to get one of those, right? And then she ends up getting me one. Oh, I'm not going to use a baby wipe. These are so rough. They're so rough. You have a hot air balloon bird feeder. Oh, awesome. Hello, Miss Tracy. That's awesome. She said she wanted one of those. So she ends up getting me one. I said, did you get yourself one? She's like, no, not yet. Maybe I should turn around and get her one for Mother's Day. Oh, yeah, we did. Because Mother said, I think I turned it on. Yeah, I did see that it has an on-off. It has an on-off button. So we did. My husband took it outside and made sure that it has it on. You just had to put, oh, I'm so sorry, Miss Denise. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. Ugh. My husband said to me on the way home from dinner, he said, do you think this will be our, how did he say it? Can these be our last dogs? So, meaning, because, Edna and Espen will be 3 this year, and Edgar will be 1, so they're going to be here a while, right? And I'm like, yeah, these probably will be our last dogs. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. You know. But he's right, so we could go, travel and do things and not have to worry. Because, it is kind of hard to. Edna, she still struggles. This morning, the weirdest thing. She had a seizure this morning, but it was the weirdest seizure. She was sitting there. It's like she was frozen. Unless you keep puppies. Well, okay, so then that will be on my husband because my mom showed up and she came in and Edna didn't run to the door. I didn't think anything about it. And all of a sudden Blake looks over and Edna's like sitting kind of under, like she's like between the 2 chairs in our living room, and she's just sitting there. All right, so we're just staying in the back of these. Not that you're going to see them, but, I guess I like to finish the crafts. I have her son, but he will be my last. Too heartbreaking. Oh, my gosh, I know. It is heartbreaking. 15 years is a long time. I know I had my Doberman for 12, and that was so hard, and it was so sudden. That one was sudden for me. That wasn't even like... I knew, I know it's going to be time. I know it's, no, it just came out of nowhere. That was awful. So hard. So anyway, she was just sitting there and she was wagging her tail, but she wasn't moving. And Blake's like, oh no. And I'm like, what is, and my mom and Blake both thought she hurt herself. Like maybe she got stepped on. And I'm like, I don't know. She's just, so I picked her up and she started to shake. And usually when she starts to shake, that's my sign that she's going to have a seizure. And so I'm kind of glad my mom was here so she could see what would happen but I'm not going to try to jinx it, but historically, she hasn't had one that soon before, close to another one. So, like the closest it's been is a week. So we should be back if anything happens again. Hello, Miss Susan. But it was the weirdest thing. She just kind of sat there like she was frozen. But her tail was still wagging. So she was with it. And then she just slowly kind of went into it, but it was the weirdest one. It's like very mild, but it was just strange. And we're just like, oh my God. And then my husband goes out and gets some cheese out of the refrigerator. And she goes, cheese? Of course, the other three went, cheese? All four of them pretty much bit him trying to get the cheese. Do you guys dogs like cheese? Because these dogs are like, he always says they'll sell their souls for cheese because they're crazy. Hello, Miss Gina. They're crazy. They're crazy. So she was fine after that, and she's been fine since. But I don't know. It was just weird. Just weird. So, all right. So we're just staining. We're not doing anything a super exciting craft tonight. I'm making signs for the girls in Edgar's bed so Mother can keep them straight while we're... She can keep them straight when I really need to put like something on their dog dishes, but oh, there's my husband. He says he calls it the cheese tax. Got to pay the cheese tax. Yes, they love the cheese. Gabby, she can hear a cheese wrapper a mile away. She's blind, but she's got that sense of there's cheese out. She's crazy. She's crazy. So she's got her out of the seizure. Well, she was pretty much out of it, but the cheese is really like, oh, cheese, yeah. But it was, like I said, it was a strange one. It was very mild, very strange. I don't know. It was just weird. That's why we didn't even know that's what was happening until she started to shake, and I could tell she starts to kind of drool and just, yeah. But again, they're not close enough together, and they're not long enough really to warrant like medicating her. Like, and the medication process or the procedure or whatever is twice a day for the rest of her life, and I don't want to do that. Like, I don't want to. It's hard enough to get her to take. I couldn't even get her to do the flea and tick pill. Like, she would not do that, and we don't give her that to her anymore because we thought maybe it was linked to the seizures, because some dogs, you don't give if they have that problem. So we stopped her from that medicine, but yeah. So crazy. So, all right, let me put the lid on that. I'm gonna dry these real quick. Let me grab some paper towels coming back here. Dry these up. Do they eat blueberries? They don't think they've ever had blueberries. We have a 13-year-old dog, and she loves pickles. She loves pickles. Oh, you know what? I would try that, Miss Leona, but for some reason, Edna knows. Edna knows. And I noticed that when I gave so we took the dogs to the vet last week, and I gave them the other two, Edna and Espen and Edgar had their flea and tick meds. You're planting a few bushes this year. Oh, well, I don't think we're going to get blueberries this year. Well, maybe. Hello, Miss Lori. How are you, friend? Okay, I'm just going to sand these a little bit at the edges because there's some like, wait, what was the question? I forgot what I was saying. Oh, Edgar and Espen, when I gave them that flea and tick med, it almost smells like, you know how, what was it called? Flintstone vitamins. Remember the smell of Flintstone vitamins? There's like, I don't know. We all like to take them. We all like to eat the Flintstone vitamins, but they smell weird. No grapes. Oh God, no. I don't even buy grapes. My husband likes grapes. I don't like grapes, so no grapes. I don't feed them a lot of table food. It's my husband that does that. That's why they run to him. They run to him for that. So Miss Joe, we're going on the East Coast. So I don't want to say where we're going. We're just going on a trip to East Coast. You can private message me. The only reason why I say that is because there could be somebody watching or somebody, because it's kind of like a for some people. So I don't want to say it because I've said it before, and I'm like, then I realize that somebody that's related to that person is following me, and I'm like, OMG, I could have ruined the surprise. So you can private message me, and I will tell you. I'll be more than glad to tell you. But I mean, after tomorrow, I'll probably be on. Your little Maltese loves bananas. BS, you feed them skinny. Oh, true. I do feed them skinny popcorn. I forgot about that. I forgot. They like popcorn. Your 17-year-old dog loves peanut butter. Oh, Miss Linda, they do love peanut butter because some of their treats have peanut butter in them. They definitely love peanut butter. Oh, for sure. For sure. I've always thought about putting like, I should put like a swim cap on my husband's head and put some peanut butter on it. And then, have you ever seen that where they trim their nails because they're licking the peanut butter off his head? Wouldn't that be hilarious? Or maybe I'll just put the peanut butter on his bald head and he's listening. Your bulldog loves bananas and potatoes. Oh my goodness, bananas and potatoes. Well, all right, we're gonna Mod Podge these this scrapbook paper on here. Oh shoot, they do like the popcorn. Of course, Edna seems to like anything. Like I was eating, did I tell you I was going to get Qdoba the other night? I don't know if I said that on the live. I was really craving Qdoba, so I went and bought some Qdoba. And I get those, like, they have their bowls. And I got the surf and turf. So it's like steak and shrimp. It was so good. And Edna just, like, gets right up in my face. Like, I'm going to feed her this $13 burrito bowl, or not burrito bowl, just Qdoba bowl, and I'm like, get out of my space, you little turkey. Like, who are you? She's like, what do you got? What do you got? She's awful. You can't turn your back on her. If I'm hiding candy in my purse, she'll give me away in a heartbeat. My husband will be like, what's in your purse? Why has she got her head in it? She's looking for the snacks. She's awful. She's just awful. They have no boundaries. That's true. Espen's not like that, though. She's a sweet girl. Oh, shoot. I told Mom today that I said, Edgar doesn't have his collar on, and that would be because Espen likes to play a little bit too aggressive with Edgar, and she'll yank his collar, and then it will loosen, and then all of a sudden the collar goes from around his neck to being like a gag in his mouth. Blake has found him twice now with it stuck in his mouth. So I'm like, should we get him a different collar? Because apparently we never had the issue before. He had a collar on from the time we got him, but it was a little one. It was we called it a cat collar because she is too fat to get on the couch. Wait, who? Oh, Sissy? You know what? She did jump up. Where did she jump up? She jumped up when I was out in the Three Seasons room. She jumped up on that couch. She did it twice. So Espen slimmed down. You know, we put her on the green beans. Oh, the green beans are what they'll eat all day long. Because we supplement Espen's food with green beans. Because she got a little chubby. And now when we took her to the vet, she's only like, what was it, Blake? Like 0.3? 0.3, whatever. They're both 13 something. But Espen was only like 0.3 bigger than Edna. And I was like, but Espen's short and chunky, short and stout, and Edna's like really long. She's long. Edna looks like she's anorexic. That's what I was going to say. Anorexic. She's very, very skinny. I think that's just the way all those dogs are. My Aunt Anita has her sister. I think she's pretty thin. They're just long, skinny dogs, which is good because she likes to jump. She will always be her Chubba. Yeah, Blake calls her Chubba. I call her chubby girl. And he always says, don't body shame her, but as long as you say it nicely, she doesn't know she's being body shamed. She doesn't have a clue. She don't have a clue. It's all good. Oh, shoot. It'll be hard leaving them, though, you know, because they're going to be wondering what the heck. Plus, we're both leaving, you know. Sometimes it'll just be like me that's going somewhere or whatever. And if my husband left, they'd be fine, right? They're attached to their mom pretty big. Now, if I'm down here, they're usually up, you know, they'll jump up on the bed. Like Edna and Edgar can jump up on the bed. They'll get up on the bed with him and chill. But if I'm upstairs, they're usually with me. If I'm in the living room on the couch or whatever, they're like right there. Or if I'm in the front living room, I'll sit in my in the recliner, and at least two are on my lap. They're like, really? We don't need to be right up here, but they are. They love to be right there. Can't miss out on anything. Plus, we have a big picture window. They can sit up there and think they're hot stuff and see right out. They better get used to it because we are traveling more starting in 52. Rip is always by you and Greg. Hello, Miss Giovanna. Oh, shoot. I'm going to have to dry that a little bit more. It's still a little damp back there. I can feel it on my hand, and now my hands are all antique waxed. A little antique wax going. All right, so we're just... Goodness, that one is a little wet. A little wet. Well, thank you for sprinkling me out. I appreciate that. My little outreach or whatever is going to be a little bit lower since I haven't been on as much, and then I'm going to be gone. So, but once we get where we're going, because we're going to be on. At some point we're going to be. I mean, I think we're going to be really close. I mean, like close to the ocean. I've never been to the ocean. I've never been to an ocean before. How's that? I mean, I've been in Florida, but we didn't go to the ocean. I've been to Florida since I was like 6th grade. And I literally just turned 51 today. Hello, Miss Teresa. Yes, I did. Your pup is asleep in your lap. Oh, how sweet. I took a nap today, and they love to be under the covers. And our house, since it warmed up, but our house stays pretty cool, which is good. So I always have blankets on. I'm always cold. Blankets on. All right, I'm going to dry these a little bit more. But he sleeps all over the house at night. When he wakes up, he's in the bed with you. Oh, thank you, Miss Jo. Thank you for the birthday wish. I appreciate it. I got a lot of messages today. It was really nice. At one point, I picked up my cell phone. My sister and my mom say, you always have your cell phone connected to your hip. Well, I didn't, because I had 10 messages when I picked it up. See? I hadn't been on it in a while. Hello, Miss Lynn and Miss Marlene. Thank you so much. Oh, you're an April birthday too, Miss Jo? Are you an Aries? Are you an Aries or are you a Taurus? All right. I got to get my hand cleaned off here before we go on. Thank you so much, friends. Yes, it's my birthday today. It's my birthday. Okay, so what I'm thinking I'm going to do. Okay. So I have this. Okay, here's our 3. We're making signs. 3 signs for the dog's bed. So 52 days, my husband will be out of the child support paying game. How's that? Will be out of the child support paying game. His kids will be graduated and they'll be adults, and he will be out of that game. If you know, you know. So, okay, I have this card stock that I don't know. Somebody gave me, like, big stack of this. Retired this year. Wait, you retired this year, Miss Jo? Nice. I wish I could retire this year. Yes. Yes. So I'm thinking, oh, this is going to be good because it's about a good width. Like this is like, still got a little border there, but I'm going to take some, I wish it wasn't cardstock so I could use the ripping tool, the ripping ruler, but I have, somebody gave me some of these, you know, funky cut scissors. What do they call them? Look at it. Funky cut scissors. It just happened to be a couple different pair laying here. Funky cut scissors is what I'm calling them. So let's try to use them. Let's try to use them. I don't know if they work or not. We're going to try right now. Okay, let's see. Okay, look. Got some funky cut. I don't know. Are they considered pinking shears when these are like scrapbooking scissors. They're different. They're like I call them funky cut because they cut different than pinking. This is a fancy. This is bougie cut. Bougie cut. Hello, Miss Barb. We're bougie cutting them. All right, I'm trying to line it up. So, oh, you guys, there's 3 really good estate sales this weekend. I mean, I'm sad because you know how I feel about those estate sales. I'm probably missing out on some good things, but can't beat being on vacation. What if they have estate sales there? I'd have to ship stuff back. That wouldn't work. That wouldn't work. That wouldn't work. Oh, shoot. It might look a little crooked. It might be a little crooked, but, you know, remember, this is for the dogs. They aren't going to know. They aren't going to know. All right, so think if I just go ahead and trim that right off there. I'm going to try. So this will give anybody a clue who doesn't know where we're going. This will give you a clue. If you know Miss Loretta from Handmade with Love by Loretta, if you know where Miss Loretta is from, we're flying in very close to where Miss Loretta lives. And if it's at all possible, I don't know, we may be able to meet up. And I was thinking, wouldn't it be cool if I could just go to her house and we could craft live? Oh, that would be so fun. Mr. Rick could do the narrating like he always does. That would be so fun. Oh, that kind of went weird. Okay. Oh my gosh, this is going to look cute. Look. Look. Is that too much? Maybe I should make it a little bit, smaller. Hold on. Let me cut it down a little bit more because it's covering so much. I wanted some of that to show. I want some of that to show. Some of the background. I want to cover it all, right? I'm going on an angle. Hold on, let me see if I can fix it. Do it and Blake. Oh, Blake goes live too? Is that what you said? Oh, and Blake can be the narrator too. Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness. I don't know about that. Gives me anxiety thinking about it. Okay, so I cut it down a little bit more. Obviously, it's a little crooked, but it's okay. And those are those Temu scissors? I have a set of them. I did not order them from Temu. All right, so I'm going to leave it like this because I'm going to stamp these. And if we need to, like, you know, with their name, if we need to, like, just cut off the ends, we can make it shorter. So we'll see more of the background. Well, thank you, Miss Barb. Wait, okay, you may as well just said where, because the creeps can look her up. Yeah, but the people that where we're going don't know. So, you see what I'm saying? Whoop. Oh my goodness. I don't know. I think I was gifted these, so I don't know where. So they're not, I don't know that they're Temu. This says Armada paper scissors, and these, I have no, somebody gave these to me with some stuff. So I've never used them before. So here we go. Here we go. This is what do you call it? Like a wavy. This is a wavy one. Wavy. Oh, wait, you have 20 of those, what, sets of scissors? I know I used to have, somewhere around here I probably still do. But somehow these have made it into, like, my little holder over here. So I'm like, let's just use these. I'm not gonna lie, these are a pain in the butt to cut with, though. You guys find that? That they're a pain in the butt to cut with? You need these. Hello, Miss Abby. How are you, friend? Miss Liz. Okay, so these are a pain in the butt to cut with. But you can't cut very far. And there. See this one? A little wavy edge. Yes, for cards for sure. Okay. All right, so there's that one. Like, again, like I said, when we get it how we want it, when we put our letters on it, we can cut it down more. Now I'm just going to use the good old pinky shears. These are Grandma's. These were Grandma's shears. Hello, Miss Cheryl. How are you, friend? Okay, we're going to use Grandma's scissors. These are the ones I always use. Now these bad boys are legit. Okay. These are legit. Oops, look crooked. Hold on. Let's go to this end. Let's just start over. Let's go on this end. It's a little crooked. What was I gonna say? What new and exciting things have been happening here in our neck of the woods? Not really anything, really. Let's see. I noticed on our nosy page, you know, I told you guys that we had a Dollar General that that somebody ran into like last year. It's on a curve, and somebody ran into it, and they had to repair the front. Well, then, not maybe a couple weeks, well, maybe more like a month ago now, somebody ran into it again. This time they came from a different direction. Well, no, it came from the same direction, but they didn't even make the curve. They went straight into it, and this time they condemned the building. So, I mean, people they put sign on the door that says it's condemned or whatever, blah, 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 or, you know, whatever they say. And people are still constantly going, anybody know what's going on with the Dollar General? I'm like, do you live in a hole, like under a rock? Like, the page you're on is called the nosy page. Clearly, you should not be a member. You are not nosy enough because you haven't been keeping up on all the things. Hello, Miss Krista, you sassy girl. How are you? 2 weeks from Friday, I will be seeing Krista's face again. It's been since September since I've seen her face. Because we're going to Jasper. Okay, I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do next. See, I'm stalling. I'm stalling. No, I want to what do I have in this cup? It's just Diet Coke. It's just Diet Coke. Unleaded. It's unleaded. That's all I can do. So I thought about doing something to this, like, so it's not so white. What should we put on it? Oh, Miss Leona, you're going to Jasper. I can't wait to see you. Hello, Miss Liz. What do I want to put on here to make these so they're not white? What should I do? I thought about, I mean, I can paint them. But I want to paint them. I want to paint them a light color. I just needed something to use now that I have it. You're going to bed? Wait, you're going to bed. Wait a minute. Are you in Montana? You're like at least an hour or two behind, maybe even 3. Wax some. I almost thought about putting maybe some like mineral, maybe, or some. Hold on. What's this color? How about some sandstone? This might be pretty. This will kind of match. Hold on. Let's see. Hold on. Hold on, please. Let's see what this does. Let's see what we can do here. Well, everyone's going somewhere. Oh, that's true. That's true. Yeah. That's why my son said something about, okay, let's see how this goes. My son said something about doing, because I told you guys I want him for Mother's Day, or not for Mother's Day, for my birthday. I didn't want him to buy me anything. I want him to help me make that faux fireplace for my living room. And he said something about it. He's like, we still got to do that fireplace. And I'm like, yeah. And I said, well, this weekend, you know, we're gone. And next weekend, Mother and I are taking a little, like just a day trip. And I said, but the next weekend after that is Jasper. And I said, the next weekend is Mother's Day weekend. I said, how about Mother's Day weekend? Perfect. All right, let's try this and see how this looks. This is just some sandstone. A little bit of sandstone. Oh, that's funny. Well, I'm sorry, friends. I'm so sorry. And then we found a Miss Janice from Vintage Country Crafting. She sent out a link to a really cool place. Like, it's like an antique place, but then, I mean, they have all kinds of, it kind of reminds you of something maybe you'd see in like, what's it, Canton in Texas. You know how they have their, what do they call it? You know what I'm talking about. Where all those, you can get the really cool antique things and stuff. This is what this looks like. And it's like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited to go to that. I can't believe you are going to abandon us for so long. I know. All right. I did 2 coats on here. Is it round top, Miss Benita? Round top? Is that what it is? In Canton, round top? Trade days? Yeah, whatever they call it. Whatever they call it there. It's in Canton. Yeah. Okay, look. So if we put it on here like that, that's kind of cool looking. And we'll stamp it. Now, like I said, we could start like there's 4 letters in all their names, so we can get it. When are you and Mother coming to Montana? You know what? My sister and brother-in-law are coming to Montana this summer. You want me to send them? I'll send them. I don't know if Mother's ever planning to go to Montana again or not. I don't know. Maybe someday that Blake and I could make it to Montana. We actually have a friend he's a coworker. He's gonna retire there. He's got like about a year left, and they built a cabin there. Near Kalispell, where my aunt and uncle live. We have the Highway 80 sale this weekend, spans from Georgia to Texas. Holy moly, Kelly, you inspired me with your yardstick frame. I need you to start what did you say? You need you to start finding you some yardsticks. Girl, the struggle is real with yardsticks. I'm telling you what. This struggle is real. For one, I had to go when I made that last Miss Barb. I think it was Miss Barb. She was just on here. She got the winning bid on that one. I believe it was Miss Barb. And I had to go to the vintage store here in Battle Creek to find one more just to make that. We stay here. We stay around here too. Oh, okay. So that's enough for you. That's cool. There's something like that here in Michigan. It's not nearly that size, but whoops. But they do something like that. It's down, I think, what's the highway called? This highway, I can't remember. If Mother was on, she probably would know. This is really crooked. I don't know what the heck I was thinking. That was really crooked. We might end up trimming it anyway, but get it straightened up a little bit. Oh, yep, Miss Barb says, yep, she loves it. I thought that, my memory's bad, so I'm like, I thought it was Miss Barb that ended up with it. It was very pretty. And that was a special occasion. We were doing a benefit, and I felt like that was the best one because everybody loves the one I had. There'll be vendors all along the Highway 80. Oh my goodness. My goodness. I still got to write instructions for Mother to remind her of all the food rules, who gets what food. She looked at me today like, like deer in the headlights, like, what? I'm like, I'll write it down. She goes, yeah, good idea. It's not hard. It's just I do it like in my sleep because I do it, twice a day, every day. You found one, but you put more stuff. That's true. That's true. I do try to pick up is when I see them, I will grab them. There's other people out there that must have a need for them because they seem to snatch them up on the first 2 days before I get there a lot. I'm like, come on. Come on. Shoot. I needed that. No, I didn't really, but it's always nice to have. Okay, so we got those all 3. They're not perfectly painted, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't need to be perfect. You don't need to be perfect. Okay, so let's get some stamps now. I've got those ones that are, let me see. I really like these right here. I think I'm just going to use these on all 3 of them. These are the Close to My Heart Cocktail Alphabet. Now again, I don't know if they still have, if these are even still available, but because I got them secondhand. But they are really cool. They're very cool. Y'all are stopping along the way. This text. Well, what I don't know how this weekend's gonna roll. I don't know how this is gonna roll. I don't know how this is happening. All right, we're gonna give Edna this one. Edna's my little special girl, so she gets a little spoiled. So it's just Edna. She's a special girl. All right, so we're gonna use. I should be able to put these all. Oh no, wait. I have a longer block here. Let me see. That's not it. Hold, please. I have another. You guys, there's so much stuff over here. Yeah, I think I have another block in here that's bigger. Where did it go? Where did you go? What did you do? Well, what did I do with it? Now it's glass, so oh yeah, it's right here. Like I said, it's glass. I'm probably looking right at it. Okay, so this is actually not Close to My Heart is going out of business. Oh my goodness. Hello, Miss Kathy from 12 Oaks Gardens and Creations. How are you, friend? I mean, like thrift stores or garage sales or something. I don't know. See, that's me. This group is not really down with that. So that would be me. I'd be like, let me take that rental car and... But the thing is, we're flying, so I can't. I would have to. How am I going to get that stuff back here? Maybe I could drop it off at. Miss Loretta's, and then she could just bring it to Jasper in a couple weeks. There we go. If it came down to it, boom. Came down to it, boom. All right, there's Edna's name. Look at those cute little letters. Now, see what I'm talking about? We only need like that much, so we could cut it down so we don't have to cover all that. So it's going to be so cute. Okay, so I'm going to use the vintage photo because I like the brown, and I don't want that black. That black is just, I'm going to find another one of those archival ink, but in the brown. I always have a plan. Buy another suitcase. You know how much it cost? It's expensive. Flying ain't cheap, and all the things that go along with it. Goodness. Probably I don't go anywhere. Just the airline tickets, they weren't bad. The airline tickets and the Airbnb, I mean, the good thing is our airline tickets are paid for. Our Airbnb is paid for. We have to get a rental car. That will be split between, the 2 of us and one other person, because we were going to do like a group with 5 of us, but apparently the other 2 already got one. So anyway, okay, we got some good ink on there. So pretty much just, besides what we're going to, spend, and I can't wait to get some good seafood. There's another place. Well, we're on the ocean, so You travel with one empty inside the larger. Well, how the heck, where do you put your clothes? How's that work? All you seasoned travelers. Oh, look at that. Isn't that cute? I don't know all these things. I don't know. Mother, we didn't fly when I was younger. We were campers. We drove. We stayed in campgrounds. We didn't do all that. We didn't do all the flying thing. I didn't. Guys, I flew for the first time, like, I won airline tickets off a radio station back in like 2007. That was the first time I flew. And guess, I could have gone anywhere in the continental United States. And guess where I picked? Where do we fly into? I picked Tennessee. I drove there. Could have drove there. Look. This stinking cute. I love that. Okay, we'll put that one aside because I'm not quite done. I might distress the edges of the outside. Okay, so we have Edna, we have Aspen. Let's take off the A and the D and find our S. Seriously, you need to come to Montana to learn stuff. Good, now you sound like my aunt who lives in Montana, dude. I gotta come there to learn stuff. Oh, shoot. Oh. I need my life lessons. I don't know. I don't know. I'm sheltered. I'm just sheltered. All right, there's Aspen. Did you guys know her name was ESPN? Wait. Yes, we are. We're leaving at like 3 o'clock in the morning. What time is it? It's 8 o'clock. Oh, snap. I took a nap, so I'm kind of like, eh. But I gotta laundry's still like in the process, you know, like, yeah. And, yeah, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Don't stress it, right? Don't stress it. It'll be fine. As long as we don't forget, find your S. Wait. No, we're not going to Montana. Miss Jo is trying to get me to go to Montana. No, not this trip. Miss Jo, you have to talk to my husband about that. Wait, this is the wrong scissors. I use pinky. If he could take his fishing boat, maybe he would be down with that. Go fishing. He would like that. All right. So here's another one. That's our sissy girl. That's what we call her. Sissy girl. And then Edgar. Well, the D can come back. Now, his name is spelled Edgr, so don't go, why is there no A? Because I purposely named them, or spelled it with 4 letters so that they all matched. And my cousin, who's the vet, was like, so it's spelled E-D-G-R. I said, yep. He's like, okay. They have great fishing in Montana. I knew you were going to say that. He probably would really like that. I'm not sure what kind of gas mileage we get with that boat. You're a bit late resting after surgery. Well, how are you? We're headed out east. We're headed out east. More to follow. I will fill all of you in more once we get there. Yeah. So we're surprising somebody. So excited. That's gonna be epic, and I'm gonna record that too. That's gonna be epic. Well, I say it will be. I say it will be. Oh, that's so cute. All right, gotta trim this one down. Mother's not even on tonight. I don't even know where she's at. I didn't see her. Did anybody see her? I didn't tell her I was going live because I just told my husband, I'm like, I'm going to go down and go live. I'm going to make these signs for the dogs' crates. Since I'm not going to be on, I'm going to just trim that corner. Since I'm not going to be able to be on until like next week, I better go down and go live. So I didn't even have time to tell her. I'm just like, I'm hurrying. I'm going to get down there and do this. And let me trim this other corner because I did that with Yeah, there we go. Okay. This is cute too. Where's this little thing at? All right, there's his. Oh my gosh, these are cute. Now let me wipe these stamps off real quick and get them put away. And then we won't be too much longer. I'm just gonna maybe distress the edges of the paper. Get those cleaned off there. Wait, are you really coming to Louisiana? This time? No. You know, my cousin, did I tell you my cousin took her boys to New Orleans? How far are you from New Orleans? Are you like super far away from that? I don't know Louisiana. So are you super far? Is that like lower? I don't know. I never really looked at the Louisiana map. I mean, because she took her boys there for spring break and they had a great time. And I was like, oh, you know, I would love to, you know, and actually my boss's daughter, she worked with us for a short time. She was like in a student program and now she's moved on and she's actually located in Columbus now, but she was in New Orleans this past week, and so she was talking, her mom's my supervisor, was telling me about it, and I was like, oh, New Orleans is at the bottom tip and I'm at the top. Oh, wait, so we could go through, we could go past you on the way back? Is that what you're saying? I don't oh shoot, I had a feeling you say that we're close. I don't know why, I just had a feeling. I had a feeling. Okay, so let's take our little dog signs. These are stinking cute. Stinking cute. And let's distress the edges of them. Oh, I guess I could just use some vintage photo. Let's go back in. Yes, you could. We could do that. Okay, let's see. What do I want to take? Maybe I can just take my, let's see how it let me see. You know, I'll just take a little paintbrush. Let's just take a paintbrush. New Orleans is a great town and very interesting. Well, they look like they had a good time. Plus, I don't know. I don't know. They were in Alabama when they went to a Buc-ee's on the way back. Of course, I want to hit a Buc-ee's at some point in my life, just because it looks so fun. It looks so fun. Has everybody on here been to a Buc-ee's but me? Say it isn't so. Say it isn't so. We won't even get to go to one when we go to Jasper because they don't have one. I think they have them in Kentucky, but they don't have them in Indiana. So I do want to go to one of those. Whoops. I guess I don't mind how this is looking. Check it out. See, the edges kind of look a little burnt. You have it, Miss Mary? What's a Buc-ee's? Okay. So it's like a gas station, but it's like a gas station on steroids. And a lot of people a lot of crafters that like live in the South, because like Texas has like a bajillion. I mean, if you go to the Buc-ee's website, it will literally list the ones in Texas for days. Like, you just keep scrolling down. Erin has to go back to New Orleans for work soon without two yeah, right? Okay, Miss Kathy, do you see what my husband says? I told you he liked those things. We were just talking about those, I think, on the last live, and I'm like, ew, they just sound gross. Suppose if you fed him, he'd come down. Oh, shoot. Key to his heart, through his gut. Oh, Kentucky has two? You've never been, but rumor has it there's one in Wisconsin, now Madison. Oh, you know what? I've heard some rumors, and I tried to look on their website, but it wasn't giving anything away, because I had heard that as well. But there's never been a mention of Michigan, so... Never. Rude. 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 Oh, this is cute, you guys. Now, Edgar's, I curved right here in this corner because I was kind of a weird cut. So, You only like them, oh, in etouffee. I eat peeling them. No, you use that, to me, that's a fancy word. That's probably just like an everyday word down there for you guys, but what the heck is etouffee? And I only, what is that? Like, is that like a soup? Is it a casserole? Oh, shoot. My God. Oh, what is that? Sounds fancy. All right, let's try these and stick them on there. It sounds very fancy. All right, well, if we come down, we're going to have to, oh, it's because, Blake, did you see that? They're expensive. Well, he tried to tell me that he wanted to go to the seafood restaurant when we're on vacation. And then he tried to say, oh, but it's $135 a person. It's all you can eat. I'm like, we're not doing that. You couldn't believe how awesome the little stores were, and we have always wanted to go back to New Orleans without the raging alcohol. Oh, I see, Miss Sparky. I feel like I'm like one of those people that would love to do things like that once. Like, I want to do it once. Like, I went to Vegas, I did it once, good, right? I'm good. I don't need to go back to Vegas. I mean, if I did, it's fine, but I don't need to. I don't need to do that. Okay. You know what I mean? Like, one and done. I'm good. I experienced it. I could say I've been there. But that, I like New Orleans. Like, why not, right? Like, why not? Why not? All right. Of course, you know I can't just leave things alone. Wait. It ain't eating one of those. Who said that, Michelle? Eat you. I see people do it, but I'm just not. It looks gross. It looks like a lot of work. It looks like a lot of work. Okay, I'm just going to go on the edges here of this, you know, because I can't just leave things alone. I got to do more. I got to do more. So we're just going to do a little bit of distressing on the edge of our signs, and then we'll be done. We'll Mod Podge it on here. We'll be done. The girls and Edgar Allan will have their little signs, so Mother knows. Mother knows where they go. Even though if she's getting them food or telling them to get in their bed, Espen's going to run right to her bed. Espen's never going to let Mother fail. It's the other two nuts that don't like to get in their bed. And then you say, get in your bed! And then they'll get in their bed. But she probably wouldn't be so aggressive with them like I am. Okay, maybe that way. But not dropping them on the table. Your full family eats them and does all the things. Well, I see like they just gather around a table and just go at it like, like they're haven't eaten in weeks. It's a serious thing. And then there's like tons of them. Tons of them. All right, that's looking cool. Look at what we did. Got the edge a little bit distressed there. I don't know. So, like, what do you do? Do you buy them or do you have to go catch them? I don't know. I don't know the process. Do you catch them? Like my husband works hard catching those fish, right? He comes home and cleans them and puts them in the freezer, and then we get to eat them. But, like, is it so? Do you have to catch them? Do you trap them? I mean, I would think you must catch them in a trap or something, right? I don't see you catching them with on a hook. Some catch and some buy. Well, I mean, yeah, because whenever I've seen it, like, pretty much on TV, people are like, they boil them or whatever and just dump the whole bucket, and people are like, hello, Mr. Ralph, how are you? Oh, shoot. I mean, I've never seen one of those in like a eating contest, but it seems like that's really what they do. They just, and is it a lot of work for a little bit of meat? Is that, because I mean, that's what it seems like. You aren't doing that. Oh, Ralph, you only eat oysters? Oh, my husband likes. Is that what he likes? Oysters? Yes, he does. I bet you'll, he likes, like, You can buy canned oysters, like at Dollar Tree. He was on a kick. We can't buy any live and have them shipped here. They have to be pre-cooked. Ugh. Well, how would that be then? That wouldn't be the same, right? So if you went that's what I don't understand. Like, I don't know. It just seems weird. It just seems weird. It seems weird and gross. I don't know. But to each their own, you know? To each their own. Yeah, so my husband was on a kick for a while. I'd go to Dollar Tree and he'd be like, give me some oysters. And then what he does is he opens those oysters and they're in oil. And he opens the can and tips it upside down and it like runs in my sink. And then there's like a stinking oil slick in the bottom of my sink. And I'm like, this is disgusting. It's disgusting. Get your oil slick out of my sink. Wait, Louisiana mud bugs are considered invasive to Michigan. Wait, so are you being serious? Are you being like they can't come here? Oh, your husband loves sardines. Ugh. I think my dad liked oysters. Ugh. Gross. Gross. That. All right, you guys, these are looking really cute. Okay, let's put some Mod Podge on the back and then we will be done. D-U-N. Done. Okay. So there was a Mod Podge brush here before. Where'd it go? Okay, let's do Edna first. She's the biggest girl. That's why they have to be pre-cooked and not live. Oh. What are they going to do? Come alive and you're going to let them go? Like, what? How are they going to affect anything if you have them shipped here? Look, they're floating here. You guys, if you don't know, my husband likes to trick me to think things that aren't true. So I always have to question when he says things. I'm always like, and then he wonders why I question because he's the biggest, you know, BSer. You know. Yeah, no. He likes to be a BSer. So I'm always like, are you being for real? He's like, yeah. Yeah. Oh, Limburger cheese. Ew. It's like stinky feet. Stinky feet. I don't know. Who thought that was a good idea? Like, here, let's get some, or like blue cheese. He likes blue cheese as well. Think about it. Someone would be stupid enough to dump some and like, well, that's true. That's true. That is very true. But if they're as expensive as Miss Kathy said, you better hold on to those bad boys and eat them. You don't have time to be throwing away your money, right? Don't be doing that. All right, so get Espen on here. She's the cutest girl. It's a good thing our dogs don't understand what we say because we'll say, you're the cutest girl. And I'll be like, Edna's the stinkiest girl, and then Espen's the chubbiest girl, and then they're both the cutest, but they don't really. You like blue cheese dressing? I think my husband does too. He is, for sure. The king. The king. Yeah. But yeah, cheeses that smell really bad. Like, who said, oh, this is a delicacy. Here, eat this stinky cheese. It's delicious. Gross. Gross. All right. You guys, we're almost done. We got their signs. Got their signs made for their crates. And for right now, I'm just going to sit them on top of them. I'm not going to... I thought about making little, like cutting little holes and making hangers. I'll have to do that another time. He says I'm not a BSer. I think he meant to say I'm witty. Yeah, you're something. Ralph is hoping Blake is a BSer so he can have someone to talk to, right? That's funny. Oh, shoot. That is funny. I get Penny to believe Audible and no hogs. Oh, that doesn't even sound good. That sounds gross. Gross. Anything with head in it. Head cheese. Gross. Gross. Oh. Oh. That's gross. Okay, let me hold these up so you guys can see them. And then we are done. Oops, I might have to Mod Podge this one down a little bit more on the edge here. We're done because I got to get busy. He is a jokester. All right, there's Edna May's sign for her bed. I'm going to put a little bit more Mod Podge on the edges of these. Here's Espen Haley's sign for hers. And here's Edgar Allan's sign for his. Now, when Mother comes tomorrow, when she rolls out of bed and comes into the house, because we'll already be in, you know, where we're going to be when she gets up. Aren't these cute? Stinking cute little signs for their bed. So you guys, thank you so much for jumping on and joining me tonight. Just a little chatting and catching up. Thank you for the happy birthdays. I appreciate you all being here. I hope you all have a great weekend, and I will be back next week. I don't know when. We don't come back till Monday, so maybe Tuesday I'll be able to hop on and do a craft and get back in the swing of things. So you guys, thank you so much. Have a great night. I will be in touch this weekend. I'll probably go live. Maybe I'll dip my toe in the ocean. It's only going to be in the 50s, so it's probably very, very chilly. Very chilly. Thank you so much. We'll have a great time, and I will talk to you again soon. Thank you guys so much. Have a great night. Bye-bye.